Yes, sir, we promised you a great gorgeous George. Here it comes.
Blassie, the maker of
Andre, the giant. WrestleMania.
Everyone has a
ladies and gentlemen, it is electric.
WF Universe, welcome to Saturday Night War, Episode 8, the go-home show for the big Survivor Series pay-per-view. My name is Dave Adoa, here to call all of our matches straight down the middle. Originally, we had 2 scheduled Money in the Bank qualifying matches, and to start off the show, I have an announcement regarding the co-main event of Dylan Thomas versus the man that has been brutally targeting the RTS. Given the intensity and the situation as to how this match came about, I have decided to raise the stakes in this match. The co-main event will now be for the last spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, speaking of Money in the Bank, our first match of the evening is the first of 3 final qualifying matches. The debuting Donte Hart will face off against the former United Nations champion, Mr. Mrpissoff. Both of these men have history going back since they both are former members of the main event roster. The bell rings, and as expected, Donte Hart proving why his intensity is like none other, and why he comes here to dominate on War. But Mr. Mrpissoff, he's not taking that very easily, starting off with some stiff shots and aggressive suplexes in the center of the ring. Donte Hart continued his dominance for most of this match, but Mrpissoff not giving up. Mrpissoff found his moment and turned the tides, hitting Donte Hart with several Mrpissoff stunners before ending the match by reversing Donte Hart's hardcore pile driver into a small package. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Mrpissoff finally earns himself a spot in the Money in the Bank match. Congratulations, Mr. Mrpissoff. What a way to kick off episode 8 of War. And also, while I'm here, thank you so much for everyone. We have gotten over 100 views for episode 7. So on to our next bout. It is a highly anticipated debut of hero Justin Klotz, and he is facing a force to be reckoned with a former Hall of Famer, the Ray Rage. This match is now for a shot at the United Nations Championship. No one knew what to expect from this young man who made an appearance last week, but Justin Klotz, the hero, did not disappoint. Starting the match, showing the CWF Universe his clear speed advantage over the Rage, sidestepping any attack from Rage and targeting his legs to take down the big man. Ray Rage clearly in pain. These past few weeks have not been the best for Rage. He has been on somewhat of a downward spiral of War, but he's looking to change that here tonight. Ray Rage finds his moments to lock in his Rage Lock, but Justin Klotz, surprising everyone with his technical prowess and strengths, finds a way to break out of the Rage Lock and positions himself to hit his submission finisher, the Dawn of Justice. And right before Rage is about to tap, the hero releases the hold and is calling for Ray Rage to get back up to his feet. Klotz then nails Ray Rage with his God Speed neckbreaker, ending the match and earning himself a shot at the United Nations Championship. What a fucking debut for the hero, Justin Klotz. Can this man be the fastest superstar to ever win a championship in War? The Pastor Shaun Dean, he has himself a fight against the hot newcomer in the hero. Damn. Man, we have ourselves already new contenders for titles and Money in the Bank matches. The roster of War has been heating up, and the roster keeps getting stronger. But before we continue with our card tonight, CWF, we give you a monster that will be making his CWF WAR debut at Survivor Series, the Hammer, Tony Morrison.
The hammer is coming down. Mike.
Tony Morrison, a man with incredible history in this sport, coming to make his presence known on WAR. Big signing. This show has been incredible and still so much action ahead. Up next, the second of the 3 Money in the Bank qualifying matches. KC Luchador versus Justin Blackheart. This match was kept in the style of KC Luchador. KC pushing Blackheart to wrestle his style. KC Luchador hitting some amazing high-flying spots, showing why he wants to be in the Money in the Bank match. Hitting Blackheart with a top rope plancha into the center of the ring, then propping up Blackheart in the corner, setting up for a super Hurricanrana into a pin. 1, 2, 3, your winner, and now joining the 5 other qualified men in the Money in the Bank match. KC Luchador. KC, good luck with your chance at money. Next match going down tonight. 2 stars that have already qualified for the Money in the Bank will face off to establish their dominance on WAR and on each other. Chaos will be taking on the Big Shot. 2 men with nothing to lose and everything to gain. The Big Shot earning a spot in the Money in the Bank in his first match. Chaos has brought the fight to our world champion multiple times in recent weeks. He hasn't even been able to secure the title, but he is looking to right all of the wrongs at Money in the Bank. Both big men tearing it down in the ring, but only one can walk out victorious. The closing parts of this match saw Big Shot targeting Chaos, Dylan Neff's injured ribs, looking for his final blow, the clavicle crusher. He hits it on Chaos, but Chaos managing to kick out one last time. Big Shot going for it one more time, but seemingly going to the well one too many times. Chaos reverses it and finally hits Big Shot with the exposed turnbuckle that he uncovered earlier, followed by his finisher, the chaotic end, and that's a powerbomb that drops the opponent into a pedigree position, almost breaking Big Shot's head, going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Finally, Chaos getting on the correct path for success. A mere 7 days from Survivor Series. CWF WAR. Before we continue with our main event matchups, here has been a crazy match, but we have a word from our sponsors.
I'm gonna go out sometime.
CWF WAR. Thank you to our sponsors this week. Now we have reached the co-main event, a match that was seemingly inevitable. Dylan Thomas faces the man that has been behind the Royal Tout Society's demise for weeks, the Soda City Killer, Thirsty Jack. Thirsty Jack cost Dylan Thomas the world title last week on WAR. And this week, he can hinder Dylan Thomas's career once again by defeating him tonight for the final spot in the Money in the Bank. This is a no-holds-barred match. Thirsty Jack coming in with his barbed wire bat. And he senses that the RTS is not too far behind. Tonight, the RTS are even in the main event. Dylan Thomas not fazed one bit. He is bringing his own weapon to the ring. Both men begin to destroy each other in the ring. Dylan Thomas's retribution is all over his eyes. Thirsty Jack coming to end the poison in war, in his words. This match nearly goes to 30-minute time limit. The closing parts of this match see Dylan Thomas going for the okie doke with Thirsty Jack easily dodging and hitting Thomas with his G and F, almost successfully pinning Thomas. But out of nowhere, Chaos from the RTS comes down and breaks the pin. Chaos taking advantage that this is a no-holds-barred match, setting up Jack for a vicious spear. Thirsty gets back up to his feet, and he sees Chaos, sidesteps Chaos, and Dylan Thomas behind Jack eats the entire spear from Chaos. Chaos spears Dylan Thomas. Jack hits Chaos with the curb stomp, getting him out of the ring, and pins Dylan Thomas, your winner, and earning himself the final spot in the Money in the Bank. Thirsty Jack, what a way to make a debut, a huge win in a former Guts and Glory champion, Dylan Thomas. That's no easy feat. How do you follow a match like that? I have no clue. But in our main event, we have all the champions of war teaming up. We have the Limitless World Champion Mark Knight, the Guts and Glory champion Bluntman, and the United Nations champion, the Pastor Shaun Dean, versus the Royal Tout Society, Brandon Buck, Big Daddy Vegas, and TC Adams. And the stipulations are, if the RTS win, they will get one-on-one title shots on the next episode of War. This crowd here is split down the middle. Both teams with the support of the crowd. The Pastor Shaun Dean starts the match with the Messiah, TC Adams. TC Adams making quick work of the Pastor. The Pastor caught slipping. Adams with multiple flurry shots and suplexes onto the Pastor. The Pastor making a quick tag to Bluntman. TC Adams turns around and tags in Brandon Buck, the leader of the RTS, to face Bluntman. Bluntman and Buck exchanging blows. Buck hits the Phoenix Splash. Mark Knight breaks the pin on Blunt. Is the rest of the show? The rest of the show hasn't even given you your money's worth. I'm sorry, tongue twister. If the rest of the show hasn't even given you your money's worth, this match will surely send everyone in attendance happy. The WARZONE here in Columbus, Ohio is on fire. The closing moments of this match see the Pastor Shaun Dean about to pin Big Daddy Vegas, but Vegas kicks out and tags in Brandon Buck. Mark Knight wants in on this match, but the Pastor is not able to tag. Buck signals his partners to attack the world champion and Bluntman so they don't interfere, and Brandon Buck slams the Pastor's head into the exposed turnbuckle. Then he rips a page out of the Bret Hitman Hart's playbook, locks in the sharpshooter, forcing the Pastor Shaun Dean to tap out. Your winners, earning themselves a title shot on the next episode of War, the Royal Tout Society. That's got to be a huge win for these three men, defeating all of the champions on War. Folks, this show has been crazy. I'm losing my voice, but please tune in next week. We have 3 confirmed championship matches. These are breaking news. The Bluntman will defend his Guts and Glory championship against Big Daddy Vegas and Dylan Thomas in a triple threat match. That's right. Also, the Pastor Shaun Dean will defend his United Nations championship against the man who earned a shot earlier today, the hero, Justin Klotz. And our world champion, Mark Knight, will defend his world title one-on-one versus Brandon, the franchise Buck. Also, can't forget the Money in the Bank match that will also be taking place. 7 men, Big Shot, Chaos, the Dream Warrior, the Messiah, TC Adams, KC Luchador, Mrpissoff, and Thirsty Jack. One of these 7 men will make history. Thank you everyone for joining us here tonight. It has been a crazy night. Thank you and good night.